Sometimes we decide to make changes in our daily life. For example, exercise more, finish things on time, or learn a new skill. Then we plan to achieve these goals and try to stick to them by strengthening our will. But eventually, like most people, we fail. In these cases, various factors can cause us to fail. For example, maybe the commute to the gym is longer than we first thought, or we're too tired at night to take the time to learn new things. Most people start blaming themselves in such situations. But behavioral researchers believe that behavior can rarely be induced through volition. In other words, people who can make lasting changes have less willpower than other people and instead know how to form good habits and replace them with bad ones. Habits shape our lives. Research shows that people act on their habits much more than we realize. Undoubtedly, humans have advanced brains that are capable of creativity, problem solving, and planning. But the daily habits, or the behaviors we do every day without thinking, are what determine how we spend our time and energy. According to research, about 40% of our daily behaviors are habits. And that's why it's important to take a closer look at habits and their impact on our lives. What is a habit? Habits are automatic behaviors that occur in response to environmental cues such as time or place without intending to do them. Things like checking email as soon as you get to work, walking a certain route every evening to go home, biting your nails when you're nervous, checking social media news every night before bed are all habits. So you may ask, how are habits formed? When you are exposed to something pleasurable, your brain releases a neurotransmitter called dopamine, which makes you feel good. Therefore, you are motivated to repeat that behavior to be rewarded again with a dopamine release. Over time, the association between stimulus, behavior, and reward is stored in parts of the brain such as the basal ganglia and striatum, which are associated with emotion and implicit learning. For example, checking the news at night can be enjoyable at least sometimes. So without even realizing it, you do it before bed, hoping to get the dopamine going again. Very soon, this habit is stored in your brain and is hard to change. Habits remain even when the rewards end. Over time, some habits can become so ingrained that they persist even after the reward ends. In a habit change study, researchers tried to get people to change a simple behavior at work and use the stairs instead of the elevator. The researchers talked to the participants about the benefits of taking the stairs, such as reduced electricity consumption and increased physical activity, but there was no change in their behavior. Therefore, the researchers reduced the closing speed of the elevator doors by 16 seconds so that a third of the people were encouraged to use the stairs. The important finding of this research was that even after the elevator speed returned to normal, employees stuck to their habit and continued to use the stairs. How can you change your habits? Create a new habit. The best way to change a habit is to replace it with a new one. That is, you have to show a new behavior in a specific context, get a reward, and repeat that behavior again. Of course, this advice is easier said than done. Forming new habits is challenging because of what psychologists call friction. Friction refers to obstacles such as distance, time, and effort that stand in the way of habit formation. Create a useful environment. One of the best ways to overcome friction is to create an environment that makes the new behavior easy and rewarding. The new environment ideally reduces the old cues that lead to bad habits and increases the cues that contribute to the formation of beneficial habits. One of the most important things you can do to change your behavior is to pay attention to your surroundings. We all need an environment that makes it easier for us to achieve our goals. This is where your planning and thinking come into play. If going to the gym is a hassle or you don't feel like doing it, do your favorite sports at home and always leave your sports clothes and equipment where you could easily access them. Or if you want to read a book before going to bed instead of checking your phone, put your phone away from the bed at night and read one of your favorite books.